In this video, I want to share 5 reasons why your worship band needs to use a click. Now, on this channel, we often talk about tracks. We talk about Ableton Live and running tracks in Ableton Live. I've even done full shootouts where I compare Prime Playback in Ableton Live and ask the question, is Ableton Live still relevant for worship leaders? Side note, if you are trying to decide what app you should use, head to multitracks.app and I've got a free quiz you can take that'll tell you exactly what app to use. But today I want to take it back to the basics, click tracks. Why should your worship band use a click track? I've got 5 reasons for you, so let's dive in. Number 1, you should use a click track because it's going to improve your transitions. Here's what I mean by that. Gone are the days of ending a song and having to have your drummer go tss, 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 to start our song. We no longer have to have that happen. As long as we're using in-ears with our band, we can go from a fast, big song to a low, slow song with a nice ambient intro. And if we have click, then we're gonna hear that click and the keyboard player can start by themselves with pad and the vocalist can come in with the keyboard player and no one else has to count them in. They're all gonna be on the same page. So using a click is gonna help you improve your transitions and you're gonna see that improvement instantly. You don't have to add drone pads. You don't have to work out all these sorts of key transpositions to try to make this work. You're gonna instantly see better transitions with your band. Number 2, it's gonna allow you to sync your delays. No more tap tempo. I'm an electric guitar player. For me, the moment our band started using click, my right foot got a rest. I no longer had to tap tempos. What that meant, in our case, is I was able to take a MIDI cable from Ableton Live to sync MIDI clock from Live to my delay pedal, and I no longer had to tap tempo. But even if you don't do that, even if that's technically beyond your ability right now, you'll get there. But even if right now that's technically beyond your ability, just even saying we're gonna play this song at 90 BPM, having the person running tracks start tracks at 90 BPM, that means my delay is gonna be perfectly in sync. If you're a keyboard player, maybe playing a Nord, you've got a tremolo setting that's going to be in time with that. Instead of trying to tap tempo on your keyboard and continuing to try to play at the same time, just program that delay into your keyboard. Or again, take it to the next level, like I mentioned, and sync using MIDI clock in Ableton Live. The third reason that your worship band should use click, and this is a big one, is you can sync your lights, lyrics, and video. Now, often we talk about this in context of using stems and using tracks. And we say, oh, I want to start using tracks so that we can then sync our lights, lyrics, and video. We can control ProPresenter with Ableton Live. Side note, if you're interested in controlling ProPresenter with Ableton Live, number 1, make sure you go to fromstudiotostage.com/ProPresenter to download my free ProPresenter cues. And number 2, check out the links in the description of this video. I will walk you through from start to finish on how to do that. But you don't need tracks to make that happen. All you need is a click track and a pre-planned song arrangement. So you start your click, we got a 2-measure intro, 2-measure count in, and then we do our intro, we do our verse, we do our chorus, we do our bridge. As long as we have that click track, then we can sync our lights, lyrics, and video. And here's the really cool thing. And we don't need stems to do this. We can even repeat a verse, repeat a chorus, skip the second bridge, and go to the outro, and our lights, lyrics, and video are gonna follow. That's amazing. But all of that is only possible as long as we're using a click. Number 4, and this is maybe one of the most important things, we kind of mentioned this briefly at the beginning, is it's going to keep everyone on the same page, particularly in those transition moments. Again, we go from a big song to a small song. We don't need someone counting in, but we're going to hear the click and we're going to hear 2 measures and everyone's going to be on the same page. You don't have to have the vocalist turn around and look at the drummer nervously waiting for the count in, or to have them visually count them in. We're gonna hear 2 measures and we know we're gonna be able to start. Now, as a bonus, you can add a guide cue to that, and that's gonna help you go even further. As you probably guessed, if you want to go to fromstudiotostage.com/cues, you can download my free guide cue pack that's gonna help you get started with using guide cues with your worship band. It's gonna make an easy transition. But even just using a click is gonna keep everyone on the same page, which is super great. And number 5, let's give it up for our drummers. Number 5, it's going to help give our drummers a break. They carry so much of the burden to keep everyone in time. If you're not playing with click, they need to be the timekeeper. They need to transition everyone to the new tempo. They need to keep that tempo going so everyone can play to the drummer. And then they have to try to actually play the part and then try to actually connect and worship. Sometimes that's difficult to do, but if we've got a click, then we're making our drummer's life a little easier. They can sync to 90 BPM the same way the guitar player, the keyboard player, the bass player can. Now, we still want to obviously play together. The click doesn't mean the drummer can just start doing crazy drum fills the entire time. They still have to play the part. We can still all play together as one band, but using a click is going to take the burden off of your drummer's back. Now, if you want to get started with using clicks, head to fromstudiotostage.com/clicks. I've got a free download. I think it's over 20 gigs of click tracks that you can use from almost every tempo that you need in a multiple time signature. So no matter what DAW you're using, you can get started with using a click. But here's the thing, if you're going to transition to using click with your worship band, you can't just start right now. You need to make it a smooth transition. And I want to share how you can smoothly transition your worship band to using click, but I'm going to share that next week. And in order to see that, you've got to make sure you hit subscribe and enable the bell icon so you get notifications, so you see exactly when that video goes live and you don't miss it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.